better than ever. 76 degrees at WLS Chicago. The Stockings, the red ones, that is, are winning at last check. Boston Red Sox 4 and the White Sox nothing. That's a third-inning score. Gee, had it happen, didn't it, huh? Tomorrow in the afternoon from 1 to 3 o'clock, WLS Radio at the Grand Park Band Show, and Danny Thomas's All Sack and all kinds of neat things. I'm going to have 4 big bands for a free concert, and even if it rains, we'll pass out flower petals to everybody, and you'll be able to huddle underneath them, and toadstools, and Larry Lou Jack will let you use the tail of his shirt. And the new Colony 6 will be there in the shadows of night, and the H.P. Lovecraft and the Riddles. It's going to be a good day, though. There is just a chance of a shower or two tomorrow. So we'll see you out there tomorrow afternoon. 1 to 3 is the time. Everybody in the world will be there, except me. No, I'm going to even be there for a little while, too. Then I'm going down to Gary to Village Shopping Center.
And won't wear off as the day wears on. Won't wear off, then won't wear off, then won't wear off as the day wears on and on and on.
Man Spray Deodorant stays with you wherever you go. A day in the sun, a night on the town. Van won't wear off as the day wears on.
Van gets you through the longest day. Van has the stuff to stay and stay. Stay and stay. Van won't wear off as the day wears on. Van will wear off as the day wears on. Van will wear off.
All right, girls, quit trying to sound like the Supremes. I mean, that band is okay, but, man, they're phony. See, that way you don't have to pay for the real thing, you
Hi,
see.
we're the Letterman, with big news about big happenings at Sears. Sears is offering brand new albums by your favorite recording stars. Look for the latest recordings of the Beach Boys, David McCallum, the Seekers, and the Letterman's latest, Spring.
On sale now at Sears. What else is happening? Sears apparel departments are giving away free copies of a special edition of Teen Set magazine. It contains photos and stories on top recording stars. Get yours now at Sears.
Stop by the men's department at Sears for trim cut slacks that are new and now. Brand new all-season Oxford weave slacks that really fit snug in bold colors, light olive, avocado green, and dark blue. They're perma-pressed, so they keep that slim, tapered look between washings. In the men's department at Sears.
Incidentally, to that I want to add on behalf of Sears that Sears prices are $5.98 a pair, and don't forget to visit Sears Record Department. Get your free copy of Teen Set magazine. Ron Riley, Friday, WGLS, 22 after 7. Sports at 25. We'll have in person a fellow to talk to by the name of Van Morrison after 7:30.
Every night I hope and pray you see something come my way. Now you're here, I felt your touch. I love you so much.
From the vault to take us to sports, the sounds of the new Colony 6.
Show me that you're always there out there. I'll be there. Bring you my wondrous loving tenderness. I always love you. Always love you. I always want you. Always want you. So put your arms around me. Never let me go.
every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, dancing at Adventureland, Chicago's $1 million amusement park. Admission just $1. All 50 rides and attractions are free. Dancing to the music of the top teenage bands in the Midwest. You'll have a ball doing all the latest dances, including the Boogaloo, the Shake, and the Shingling. Take your date to Adventureland, 4 miles west of Elmhurst on Lake Street, Route 20 at Medina Road. Adventureland with free parking for over 2,500 cars. Dancing every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Take the expressway to Adventureland, 4 miles west of Elmhurst at Lake Street and Medina Road.
76 out of doors, Super Summer Friday night, WLS Degrees. Van Morrison has a record called The Brown-Eyed Girl. It's Purdy. And he's going to be here talking to us in a little while. The Crying James, our special in-person guest on Monday night. Right now tonight, we're going to split for sports.
Part 3 on the Baltimore Colts. And most important, the indispensable man, Johnny Unitas. This is Chris Schenkel on sports. Without him, Vince Lombardi once said, the Colts are a mediocre team. With him, they're always potential champions. After a dozen rugged years, the destiny of the Colts still rides on the tender right arm of their Cinderella man, John Unitas. We'll hear a progress report from him after this message.
If you're thinking about buying a new television set, there's a new Philco you should know about. It costs $299.95. It has the same 26,000-volt chassis, solid-state tuning system, and warranty that come with Philco television costing hundreds of dollars more. Now, if that doesn't impress you, there is one other feature that should. This $299.95 Philco TV is big screen color TV for $299.95.
$299.95 suggested retail price. John Unitas has gained more yards passing, thrown more touchdowns than any man in history. And sometime in the middle of this season, he'll eclipse Y.A. Tittle's record for most pass completions. But at 34, with a recent history of arm trouble, Johnny's training program takes on added emphasis. Well, Johnny, have you varied it to get ready for another season?
I haven't changed one way or another as far as training is concerned. However, I have cut down on the amount of throwing because of the shoulder and the elbow.
Well, what is your arm condition?
Well, it feels good right now. As I said, I brought it along real slow, and I have still have a little soreness in it, but it's gradually going away.
On the verge of another season, what changes do you see in professional football?
Well, the biggest changes are the size of the men and the multitude of defenses that you see anymore, plus the gaming of defensive linemen and linebackers. Doing a lot of jitterbugging or gaming, as most people call it. And the secondaries are trying to hide coverages, lining up in one formation and then jumping into a coverage at the snap of a ball. And it has become a little bit tougher to anticipate what they're going to do. You have to get back in the pocket and read the defense as you're going back from the center, looking, checking people who are able to tell you what defense they're going to, and then deciding who you're going to throw it to.
Well, that's a decision John's been right on 2,006 times. I noticed that in training camp, John, you do the same exercises all the other guys go through to get in shape.
Well, you can only give your best if you're in good shape. You can't be a fat old quarterback sitting out there and try to do a good job.
Well, how do you feel about the Colts this year? Are your hopes higher than usual?
Well, we think we have a great opportunity to be able to win the whole thing, just as we felt in years past. We have a lot of new boys coming in. Our big thing is going to replace Alex Sandusky, the offensive guard on the line. Alex is certainly going to be a loss, and we're going to have to come up with a first-rate guard to replace him.
More after the following message.
Dear advice to the lovelorn. Suddenly, all the cute teeny boppers are madly in love with me. It's wonderful. And to think, they never even used to look at me. How come all of a sudden I'm so dynamic? I still get a haircut every 2 weeks. My voice still hasn't changed. There's nothing new, except for my toothpaste. The Ultra Bright toothpaste. Of course, that's it. It works. Ultra Bright gives your mouth sex appeal.
New Ultra Bright toothpaste, a taste you can really feel. New Ultra Bright gives your mouth sex appeal.
New Ultra Bright toothpaste, a taste so wildly refreshing you know your breath is the freshest, your teeth the brightest. That's sex appeal, and that's Ultra Bright.
Yes, sir. After Ultra Bright, everything else is just toothpaste.
A minute ago, you heard Johnny Unitas sum up the reason for the intensive training that he and the Baltimore Colts and every other team's been going through since late July. You can only do your best if you're in good shape. It's a simple statement that has broad application. This is Chris Schenkel on Sports. Join me again next week on the ABC Radio Network.
Chilling, thrilling, crisp and crackling 7-Up. Potent, bracing, lusty, tasting 7-Up. Wet and wild, 7-Up is wet and wild. First against thirst, first to satisfy you.
Get thirst-quenching refreshment the big convenient ways. 7-Up in handy, 16-ounce, no deposit, no return bottles. Wet and wild in one way. It's 7-Up at 7:30. Ron Riley at WLS Chicago. A couple of minutes from now, after an ABC report, the Monkees are going to sing.
WLS in Chicago.
This is Joseph C. Harsh in Washington for ABC Reports. Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara today disappointed many men on Capitol Hill, and presumably others when they hear it, by saying that North Vietnam is not being and cannot be bombed to the conference table. If the men from Hanoi ever do come to such a table, other factors than bombs will be the more probable explanation. That story in 1 minute.
In the hippest college issue ever, Esquire magazine presents an exclusive report on love, pot, and the rules governing campus life across the country. The shock waves are sweeping the nation from the West Coast through the Big Ten to the Ivy League. Read in Esquire about the college pusher who turned on 200 fellow students and quit because business was too good. Find out about the use of LSD and marijuana in our schools of higher education. Read in Esquire about the current campus kicks and the love generation's new coeducational style in roommates. Learn in Esquire about the student underground newspapers, the country's leading happening school, and the celebrity dropouts. Take a guided tour with Esquire through some wild colleges across the nation and follow the antics of the members of the Warmth Movement, where every day is Christmas and anything is possible. If you want to know what's happening on our campuses today, don't miss September Esquire, now on sale.
Men wrangle bitterly here in Washington over whether American bombs on North Vietnam have a serious influence on the course of the war. The generals and the admirals mostly argue that they do. Many a report from Western diplomats in Hanoi itself says the contrary. Neutral experts inclined to say that the effect is at best marginal, may hold down a little, perhaps not much, the tonnage of weapons and supplies which flow south in Vietnam. What could and certainly would make a far greater difference would be some change in the pattern of war supplies coming to North Vietnam from China and Russia. So far, Hanoi has relied mostly on China for the small arms and ammunition used in the ground fighting in South Vietnam, but on Russia for the bigger and more sophisticated weapons used in fending off our air attacks on the north. And until very recently, there was no visible reason to expect any change in these patterns. Now it's different. There's been political chaos in China for just over a year. Maoism and the Red Guards were unleashed there on August 16, a year ago. Over most of this time, China has fought out its internal struggle without any serious visible disturbance to industrial production or to transportation. But now there is a difference. There is increasing doubt that trains go through all the way anymore from north to south. A condition close to civil war exists. Some China experts think it is now true civil war, with bloody months of fighting ahead before the winter begins to emerge. This could cause a sharp drop in the flow of war supplies from China to North Vietnam. It might shut off the Chinese flow entirely. And if that happened, Hanoi would come to be totally dependent for war supplies on Russia, and very much more subject to Moscow influence than up until now. And that sort of change in the political framework of the war could make a bigger difference than all the bombs in our arsenals. Joseph C. Harsh in Washington for ABC Reports.
WLS personality. WLS personality.
Hi, this is Peter Tork of the Monkees with a reminder that you're tuned to the call letters of the stars, WLS in Chicago.
There's no denying. Love with me, girl, is just like dying.
WLS at 23 before 8 o'clock and 76 out of doors degrees. A beautiful night in Chicago. And a pretty good night to talk to a fellow who came around town. More or less, beautiful introduction as he coughs. Van Morrison. Van, hi.
Hello,
welcome
folks.
to town.
Thank you.
First time in Chicago?
Yeah,
First?
it's my first time here.
Very first. You're from the United Kingdom, actually, but now let's see.
We won't go into details.
No, that's all right.
No,
Well,
I was uptight, you see, a minute ago.
Well, we were talking about being an artist and things like that, and an artist is where he's actually at.
When you do the gig, you know, and you kill them and they all fall down. That's where it's at.
You hope, anyway. Where have you?
I know, baby, I know.
Where have you?
We're gonna play Ring a Rosie and all fall down.
Yeah, you've been to a couple of places.
Believe it, you know?
You don't think so?
You want to catch my act, man?
Yeah, I'd like to one of these.
I opened at the Bitter End in New York Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Hey, tremendous. Now, this is the very first time you've been in Chicago, huh?
Yeah, it's the first time here.
Good. Are you going out to the West Coast or anything like that?
Well, we plan to do the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Hey, that's tremendous. Now, how many times have you been in the United States?
The third time here.
Oh, good. You've got a record that's been around how long now? We were talking about it a minute ago.
Yeah, it was released in April.
April.
Yeah.
It showed up in a lot of different areas of the states, all at different times, it seems. The record, I know, was top 10 or top 15 in New York for a while and happened out on the coast for a while. And It's about a brown-eyed girl actually. Did you write it yourself?
Yeah, I wrote it. It's getting to be national now.
Very good. Well, congratulations to you. I can tell you one thing. Today the new survey came out, and it didn't make a rapid advance, but it went up one place, which is something else. It went from 27 to 26.
But you want to listen to some of the things like I'm doing on the album, you know? 'Cause
Okay. You have a new album.
Hits the spot. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just so everybody can familiarize you with
it's
the
called Blowing Your Mind. The album is Van Morrison, Blowing Your Mind. It comes out, I think it's tomorrow.
Very good.
Buy it, I need the bread.
Buy it, I need the bread. Okay.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came. Down in the hollow, playing a new game. Laughing and running, hey, hey. Skipping and jumping. In the misty morning fog with our hearts that thumping and you. A brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened Tuesday, it's so slow. Gone down the old man with a transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding a rainbow's wall. Slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you. A brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la
Pretty good record. Pretty
Thanks,
doggone good, really, it is.
Beautiful.
Where did you cut it?
We cut it at the A&R Studios, New York.
Aside from the fact that you sing, and you sing rather well, what else do you do? Do you play guitar? Did you play guitar in that or anything?
No, I didn't play guitar in this, but I play soprano sax, tenor sax, guitar. Oh, sorry, I'm getting too close again. I'm moving in on you.
You're moving in and out of the... Yeah, that's okay.
Drums, bass, piano. You know.
Did you have formal music training or anything like that?
Yeah, well, I studied sax for about 2 weeks, you know.
And that was about it?
I went for myself after that.
Everything else you improvised on your own?
Yeah.
Well, good.
I'm good, you know.
Well, you are. Well, great. We'll move in.
It's nothing to do with ego, man. You know, just telling the truth.
I know. I'm putting you on. I love to have a guy come over and say, you know, hey, listen, no, there's nothing in the... And I know people can't see your facial expressions. They only hear you talking. But I really and honestly mean it. There's nothing in the world wrong with blowing your own horn once in a while. Because they say if you don't blow your own horn, nobody else will, right?
That's it.
Van, thank you.
Just tell them straight, you know.
Tell them like it is. Thank you for coming up, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Ron.
Okay, bye-bye.
Shh.
Out of the silvery clouds of our room, the soft wind stretch, Levi's are made of funny fabric. Have you
colors of stretch Levi's are at Durkin. 13 North Genesee. Good to the last, wasn't it, huh? Waukegan, Illinois, full line of Levi's in all colors and blue denim and the new super slim model. They're here now at Durkin, 13 North Genesee, Waukegan, Illinois. They're white Levi's. Hey, our WLS Super Summer Treasure Truck's going to be out again on Monday, delivering the goodies, and a few are...
Handsome Lucian Picard men's watches.
Shavex electric shavers valued at $24.50.
From Hamilton Costco, bridge sets worth $55, each consisting of king-size table and 4 padded back chairs.
Carved like an expert with rival electric knives. We're giving them away.
The Wonderland of Knowledge, each set containing 12 volumes, value $100.
Famous King Louis bowling shirts.
Compton's Illustrated Science Dictionaries.
From Lennoxware, dishes, 45-piece sets of the Americana line worth $29.95.
The Coleman camping outfit, stove, snowlight jug, convertible cooler, and Coleman lantern valued at $100.
12 Yamaha motorcycles, the Newport 50 model with 3-speed transmission.
And Motor Trend Magazine's Car of the Year, the Cougar by Mercury.
If you live in Cook, Lake, McHenry, DuPage, Will, or Kane County, Illinois,
or Lake County, Indiana,
send in a postcard, no letters, postcards only.
Send your name and address, including county, plus phone number to
Treasure Truck, WLS, 360 North Michigan Avenue, Chicago 60601.
Our weather in Chicago looks something like partly cloudy and a bit warmer tonight, low in the mid-60s. The 76 from Midway and O'Hare. Lakefront downtown is 71. 14 before 8 o'clock on a Ron Riley Friday night. Should be a fairly good day tomorrow, partially sunny and warm. There is a chance of a shower or two, high in the 80s. Sunday fair and cool. Come on down with us. We get wet, you get wet. Come on down to the Grand Park Band Shell, the new Colony 6, the Shadows of Night, the H.P. Lovecraft, the Rittles, and all the fellers from WLS Radio will be out there from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. It's kind of an all-sack sign-in is what it is.
Welcome to the 13th Annual National Hot Rod Association Nationals Drag Races, the largest field of machines ever assembled in the history of auto racing.
From Indianapolis, dragsters, funny cars, super stocks, 1,500 of the very finest competing for $100,000 in cash awards Labor Day weekend. Time trials and qualifying Thursday and Friday. Class elimination Saturday and Sunday. A full day of champions on Monday. Join us here at Raceway Park in Indianapolis, August 31st through September 4th for the Nationals.
Wonderful! 13 before 8 o'clock. That was man Morrison we had here a little while ago. He's got a good record, Brown-Eyed Girl. He's from Ireland, actually. And he was a little shy about talking on the microphone, but he says, you ought to see me when I get out stage and I can see an audience reaction. I said, man, I got to sit here every night and not see anybody laugh or cry or shut it off. This record's #1 in Chicago again on the Silver Dollar Survey, The Crying Shame. program Monday night for the festivities. We're getting all set to put locks in the windows and bars. Should be nutty. Welcome back to Chicago, the Crying Shames, who will be back late Sunday night and on the air Monday morning, I guess. I'll bet you thought the Jennifer Dale lingerie people canceled their commercial announcements on my program because I haven't done one as yet, right? Well, you're right, they did. No, they didn't really. They said, man, it's too bad we signed that contract, baby, because you sure been tearing up our commercials. What are you going to do, man? You turn things over to a cat who's got to read about girls' underwear. What's he going to do but laugh and blush and giggle and say two-faced remarks all the time? But the main thing is to sell the bit, right? No, really, I mean it seriously. Everybody who sent me the 17 ad in August 17 magazine of all these Jennifer Dale Kaleidoscope collection of goodies, thank you very much. There's everything, really. New coordinated groups to wear underclothes and bedclothes, love. Panty chemise and petty pants and, well, bras. What the heck. They're available now at Carson, Perry, Scott & Company, State Street and suburban stores to get all set to go back to cool with Jennifer Dale's Kaleidoscope collection. Kaleidoscope. That's why they call them that, because there are more styles, more wild colors, more way to wing out than you would believe. And they're made of colorful caprolam nylon. Take a look at them, huh? You'll love them, love, and buy them. All right, fellas, you can listen again. You didn't even laugh, did you, huh? Didn't even make fun of me again.
The best-selling single record of the year has just been released on a brand new Capitol album.
I know it. It's Ode to Billy Joe. I get the prize. Bobby Gentry.
Bobby Gentry's great hit, Ode to Billy Joe. Just one cut on a great new album destined to become the bestseller of the year. Bobby Gentry's Ode to Billy Joe.
Papa, won't you let me go to town with you?
The most exciting new talent to come along in years, Bobby Gentry, brings her hauntingly vibrant sound to a whole album full of Bobby Gentry originals.
Chickasaw County Child.
A totally fresh kind of sound, a brilliantly new kind of singer, Bobby Gentry.
And she and Billy Joe was throwing something off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Bobby Gentry's first album, Ode to Billy Joe, available now wherever Capitol Records are sold.
You've been missing something special if you haven't tried cheeseburgers at White Castle. At White Castle, they work a tasty bit of magic with chopped lean beef, golden processed cheese, and their own recipe White Castle buns. Everything is special for you. The meat has to be chopped lean beef from selected whole cuts of U.S. inspected beef. The cheese processed to White Castle's order, and the special kind of buns baked in White Castle's own bakeries. At White Castle, they go to crazy lengths to please you. And the result, White Castle cheeseburgers differ as a Jag differs from a family sedan. Racy, that's what they are. So treat yourself at White Castle. You'll make the sun shine brighter, the skies will be bluer, and the girls prettier. Especially the one in the seat beside you.
Yes. The one newly remodeled White Castle is at 11879 Indianapolis Boulevard in Whiting, Indiana. What's happening with the stockings, Richard? Good heavens. The stockings are winning, but they're the wrong color. The Red Sox are winning. Jiminy Crickets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boston 7. And the White Sox nothing. There goes that half percentage point, man.
WLS presents Community Action News at 55.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dick Harley with the latest news, one of 58 newscasts heard daily on WLS. 2 men were critically injured in an accident on the Kennedy Expressway this afternoon at Cumberland Avenue. The victims are identified as 25-year-old James Smith of 5047 Kenmore Avenue and Isom Smith of 5443 Winthrop. They're at Resurrection Hospital. Police say Isom Smith was driving south. He suddenly switched from the left to the right lanes. His car struck the rear end of a truck. The auto then veered off to the right and struck a light pole. James Smith was a passenger in Isom Smith's car. The superintendent of the East St. Louis school system today rejected a mediation request in the dispute with Local 1220 of the American Federation of Teachers. Dr. Boyd Mitchell also said legal action will be taken if the 800 teachers resign as planned in the salary battle for a 2.4% pay increase. Chicago Judge Daniel Ryan today granted a defense motion to have confessed Mercy slayer Robert Waskin examined by psychiatrists. A preliminary hearing on murder charges was postponed until September 12th. Temperature at Midway Airport, 76. Dick Harley, WLS News.
2 U.S. Army sergeants are accused of espionage. This is Don Baker, ABC New York, standing by with a full report on this and all the news from ABC Radio.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Anytime a thirst takes hold, Pepsi pours it on. Pepsi's got that special taste created for the cold. The cold turns on that Pepsi drive, makes Pepsi-Cola come alive. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
The Pentagon announced tonight that 2 U.S. Army sergeants have been charged with espionage. The 2 were identified as Sergeants Ulysses L. Harris of Neptune, New Jersey, and Sergeant Leonard L. Safford of Chilham, Maryland. The 2 sergeants were charged with conspiring to deliver national defense information to the Russians. 2 top-ranking Soviet diplomats, named as conspirators, left the country before they could be arrested. The Russians were identified as Anatoly Kiryev and Nikolai Popov. Neither of the Russians will be permitted to return to the United States. Actor Paul Muni is dead. He died late today at his home in Santa Barbara, California. Muni, who was 69, apparently died of a heart attack. Muni gained fame in the 1930s in such movies as Scarface, I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang, and The Good Earth. Muni's last movie appearance was in 1958 in The Last Angry Man. In Hollywood, George Raft talked about his fellow actor Paul Muni. George Raft told ABC,
I'm deeply sorry for what happened, but I know the entertainment world, of course, lost one of the greatest actors, he and Spencer Tracy, in recent times, that will ever portray any roles on the screen or the stage.
Actor George Raft. John Padler is being held under $50,000 bond tonight for the murder of George Lincoln Rockwell. Rockwell, the head of the American Nazi Party, was killed this afternoon in Arlington, Virginia. Padler was arrested minutes after the shooting at a bus stop just a few blocks away. Padler had been at one time the number 2 man in the American Nazi Party. Defense Secretary Robert McNamara told Congress today that the Vietnam War cannot be won in the North. McNamara said that the war must be won in the South. McNamara was arguing against a stepped-up air war against North Vietnam. In Boston today, Johnny Davis, the national commander of the American Legion, disputed McNamara. Davis said,
We found Mr. McNamara's been wrong on a number of occasions, as you well know. And so I disagree with the position that he's taken.
American Legion Commander John Davis. A federal judge in New York has granted Rap Brown permission to keep some speaking engagements while he's free on bond. Brown is under $15,000 bond on charges of transporting a rifle across state lines while being under indictment for another charge of counseling arson. Dr. William Stewart, the U.S. Surgeon General, today urged the tobacco industry to stop making extra-long cigarettes. Dr. Stewart says the long cigarettes are more hazardous to the health of the smoker. Dr. Stewart also called for federal standards to limit the amount of tar and nicotine in cigarettes. The Cairo newspaper El Aram says that Russia is ready to help the Arabs, but is not prepared to risk a nuclear confrontation with the United States. The newspaper says that President Johnson and Premier Kosygin agreed at the Glassboro conference to try to prevent the Middle East dispute from leading to a confrontation between Russia and the United States. The pundits keep looking at the U.S. elections a year away. I'll have that story in just 60 seconds.
There's a land that's far away behind the sun, where it seems that everyone keeps having fun. It's the land for you and the land for me. It's the land where they wear monkey boots. Monkey boots. Monkey boots. It's the land of pretty birds and sweet sounding words, where they sing and dance and write their poetry with a glance. It's far away, so far away behind the sun. It's the land where they wear monkey boots.
More monkey boots for guys from Tom McCann with new squared-off toes and Tom McCann monkey mini boots for girls with behind-the-sun colors, $5.99 to $10.99. Only Tom McCann is cool enough to have them.
It's got a place for you, and it's got a place for me. It's the land where they wear monkey boots. Monkey boots. Monkey boots.
Robert Finch, the Lieutenant Governor of California, says that if Richard Nixon fails to gain support in the early primaries, Ronald Reagan will be under increasing pressure to become the GOP presidential candidate. That's the latest news from ABC Radio. This is Don Baker, ABC New York.
This is the ABC Radio Network.
Chicago. It's WLS.
Well, the new temperatures just rolled in from our WLS weather wire. Dick Harley's been right on the stick, Harley. Very good. 73 degrees. That was the long-awaited announcement there. 73. 69 at the lakefront. Thought you want to know that one, too. Friday night for the 25th, Ron Riley's My Label, these kids in the radio. I dreamt Weber was a nice guy. Ha! Oh, what a lie that was. I even lie in my dreams, don't I? 73 degrees, 74 at O'Hare, 69 on the lakefront. Ron Riley and WLS. Where else? 9 o'clock is Art Roberts and Dimple Donnie all night long, east to midnight. And if you, like thousands of others, would like to sign up to march for Allsack, you can come into the sign-in tomorrow. Now, it's not mandatory that you sign up when you go over to the Grand Park Band Show between 1 and 3 and see the free band concert. Nobody's going to twist your arm. We may kick you a little bit and cry if you don't, but if you don't want to sign up to march, it's all right. If you want to get the information on it, here's the number to call. 376-6000. You can do that right now. And if you live south of the Loop or out around Joliet, why not call 723-1838. That's not a toll number. But that's all for Allsack, and find out all about it, okay? For the Danny Thomas March on the 17th, 723-1838 south of the Loop or in Joliet or in town 376-6000.
Circling the ceiling of a smoke-filled room, the Sopwith Camel.
He's got to say Levi's.
Good morning, old Jean.